All right, guys, welcome into another video. Today we are going to talk about this real quick, just because it's taken the internet by storm, and it's one of these situations to where pretty inexcusable, this stuff. And I don't think at this point, like, it really matters, like, what the content of the messages is. And I'm gonna tell you guys something. So early on, when I first started streaming Star Citizen, I had an underage, uh, you know, girl that wanted to play Star Citizen with me, and she wanted to be in my Discord and play the game with us, and that made me very uncomfortable. And the reason why it made me uncomfortable is because of things like this, where situations could potentially be taken out of context. Now, I don't know what the context of the messages were between Dr. Disrespect and this girl, but I had a choice in that moment, and my choice was to no longer have communication with or play the game with this girl. And the reason for that is it's just not smart. If you're going to be in the public eye, if you're going to be in the limelight, it's just not smart. And we were just playing the game. There was nothing else to it. It was just the game. I'm pretty sure she's a wonderful kid and all this stuff, but I tried to frame it in a way to where I said, okay, well, if you get your parents' permission, if they know what you're doing, if they know you're in my Discord. And then I had the realization, and I talked to one of my best friends about it, who's also in my Discord. He's a moderator in my Discord, and I asked him, like, hey man, how should we handle this? Because first of all, we're guys, we're mostly older men, mostly in our 30s, and we have essentially this child that wants to play the game, and I don't want to be like an asshole to her, but I was like, sometimes we talk about different things that are more of adult type conversations that shouldn't be had around someone of that age. And he was like, look, man, you have to draw the line, and you have to gently tell her that she can't be in the Discord, and she can't play with us because of the nature of some of our conversations, right? And it wasn't like this young girl was in my DMs. There was no DMs. She was in the chat stream, and she was in the Discord. So I told her, like, look, you can't play the game with us anymore because of X, Y, and Z reason. And she understood, and haven't played the game with her in over a year. And I'm telling you this story because this should have never happened. And I'm a small streamer, right? I have a channel of 4,000 something subscribers, and I was able to effectively figure this out without having to, get into, I guess, a private conversation. Every communication that I had was public. There were other people around. There were, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything was known to everybody that was in my channel. And I even talked about this on my live stream and asked to why I can't, in particular, have a bunch of minors like in my Discord playing the games with us, because of the nature of our conversations. Some of the things that we may talk about may be inappropriate. Now, him coming out and admitting this in 2017 is crazy. There are casual mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. And that's where, like, inappropriate in what way? And the only way that we can know that this is inappropriate is it was probably somewhat adult in nature. And it's crazy. It's crazy. And this is effectively the end of Dr. Disrespect. because we know the internet's savage. And when he does come back, if he thought his chat on Monday was bad, when he comes back, people will never forget this. You know, this is the end of Dr. Disrespect. It's over. You know what I mean? So here's my advice to anyone who is thinking about becoming a streamer, who is getting into the public eye. Minors are a no-go. Simply, point blank, period. You can't do it ever. Ever, never, ever can you do this. Period. And it's crazy that he did this. And he claims that nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed, but you still had conversations with a minor. The way that this should have gone, especially someone of his reach, someone of his social status, it should have went like, you know, they're talking, whatever. I'm just making up a conversation. Hey, how old are you? And she says her underage age. And he'd be like, oh, you're underage. We can no longer communicate. You can, you know, be in my stream chats. Fine. Stream chats, perfectly fine. It's public. It's a record. Everybody can see what happened. Everybody can see the communication back and forth, because let's just be honest about it, right? Streams are communications. This is a communication. Comments are a communication. This is all common sense, right? And these things can't be misinterpreted or even taken out of context, especially when we don't know what the messages look like. We don't know if there's screenshots of the messages. We don't even know if they'll come out, which I think at this point they probably will. And depending on what they're about, it could look not so great for Buddy. You know what I mean? And it, like I said, it's a shame that we have to come and cover this. You know, I did cover a video on Dr. Disrespect, you know, doing Star Citizen. I'm not going to take it down because it was prior to me knowing about this. But hey, man, I would say you live and you learn. But, you know, I really think that now his career is effectively over. And if you're going to be in the public light, if you're going to be a streamer, even if you're a small streamer, it doesn't matter. If you have 1 subscriber or you have 100 million subscribers, it is wrong. It will always be perceived as wrong, no matter where you go in the world. There is one common thing that people agree with, and that is illicit communications with minors. People don't like that. So, with that being said, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of how I handled the situation, and let me know what you think about how Dr. Respect handled the situation, how Twitch handled the situation. And I'm very curious to why, if this happened, right? Why were the authorities not involved in this? And maybe they were as a part of like the overall investigation, right? But still, it's still wrong. It's still weird. He may be innocent in a court, but in the court of public opinion, your boy's guilty. I'll see you next time. Peace.